Thank you all for having such a wonderful debate. Today's resolution is, this House supports the disclosure system of sexual crime occurs. What is a disclosure system? According to the encyclopedia, the disclosure system of personal information of sexual offenders is a system that discloses sexual offenders' information. This system started since 2000 years. This system has a value to argue because it can divide it into pros and cons. And our team believes that we should have this disclosure system of sexual crime occurs. Our point can be divided into three parts. First, Prime Minister of Government, I declare our main premise. Next, Deputy Prime Minister of Government, Gio would make rebuttal. Then Alice would reply and make the last deposition. First, citizens have the right to know if there is a sex offender living in their neighborhood. There is a danger of sexual harassment. Let's say a man who committed a sexual crime lives in your neighborhood. He seems like a nice guy. How could you possibly protect yourself without any information about that man? Second, crimes of a sexual nature are among the most damaged. They can ruin a child's life. If we neglect these criminals, we risk our and our children's well-being. For instance, if we don't know that criminals are hanging around our vicinity, our children can be the target. Therefore, we have the right and also obligate to know this information. We must protect ourselves and our bodies given by our parents. Honestly, what is more important? The right of criminals who committed a horrible crimes or safety of your children? You choose. Is there any POI?
You choose which one?
You said we have the right to know sexual criminals' personal records. However, sexual criminals also have rights to have privacy and they can be protected by law.
But I think our safety is first.
Possible.
You said their children can be target, but parents can protect them.
But there was a victim that damaged by that criminal.
Yes.
Well, you said people have to know their face and have to avoid the criminal, but I believe criminals can get one face done or disguised to make people confused.
I can't tell.
So criminals can be in disguise.
Yeah.
Disguise. They can disguise themselves so that they won't be noticed by a lot of people. That's what Hannibal says.
But everybody know sexual criminals. I can know that sexual criminals' name and address, not face. Is there any POI? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Chloe. Now, from the opposition side, Dana, please make your statement. Everyone, please welcome Dana to a podium.
How would you feel if you get punished twice for a crime you've committed, and the punishment is their honor taken away forever? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dana, and your leader of opposition. Today, we are here to discuss the resolution. The sexual criminal's personal record should be disclosed. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights says, my personal work, home, family, or communication cannot be taken away by others. and should be protected by law. And sexual criminals also have the right to have their privacy. So our team believes that sexual criminals' personal records shouldn't be informed. I will talk about how process is unfair and how it is double punishment. And Deputy Leader of Opposition, Gauss, will talk about criminals' families' rights. Lastly, Reply Annabelle will organize our signposts. First of all, I will rebut against opposing sides' opinion. Opposing side make claims that recidivism rate of sexual crime is lower when we inform everyone of their personal records. However, let us not forget criminals have psychological problems. It is our obligation to segregate them if necessary and give them education or psychological help. I have two signposts for this resolution. It has complicated process to search sexual offenders of information. Process to search information is too complicated. We have to confirm myself to search sex offenders' personal records, and we have to download many things. According to eDaily News, users said parents have to check it, but it's too hard for parents and it's too particular. Second, disclosure system is double punishment. Criminals work at punishment and trying to live a new life. However, disclosure system makes criminals to become famous. According to Dora Elbo, many people claim disclosure system is double punishment. Also, content of Article 13 of the Korean Constitution, criminals can get double punishment for a crime. The problem side may argue that people have rights to know their information. However, I disagree with this. The reason is because even if they are sexual criminals, they are human beings and have rights to pursue happiness and the second opportunity. We have to respect it. For this reason, our team deserves to win the debate. Thank you.
Thank you.
You say criminals have double punishment, but you say it's not allowed. You say it's not allowed to have double punishment. You say, yeah. No.
Can you repeat the question?
You say criminals will have double punishment when you have disclosure system, but you say the disclosure system is not allowed.
Can you say one more time?
You say criminals will have double punishment when we have disclosure system, but you said this double punishment is not allowed it.
So the question is?
So but in internet site they say double punishment is allowed it on when we come to sex.
When it comes
offense.
to sexual offense?
Yeah.
Do you understand the question? Okay, the question is, according to the Constitution, when it comes to the crimes of sexual nature, the disclosing information is legitimate, which means it is allowed.
However, many people are saying that disclosure system is double punishment and trying to make justice to make disclosure system is violating the Constitution, and according to Article 13, it said criminals can get double punishment for a crime. So many people are trying to make disclosure system is double punishment. So
Thank you. 네, 학생들 많이 지쳤을 텐데 끝까지 열심히 잘하고 있습니다. 마지막까지 잘 들어주시고요. Okay, next from the government side, we have Deputy Gio. Please come up to a podium and make your statement. Everyone, please.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to thank you all for having such a wonderful debate. I'm your Deputy Prime Minister Gio, and I'm on the pro team. Today's resolution is that this House supports the disclosure system of the crime records, but our team agrees with this resolution. Let me present you the first reason about why we're supporting this view. Offenders must be released at some point. We should take a measure to prevent any threat of criminals act. It would allow police to track down re-offender fast and provide a strong restraint against re-offense. Previously, the leader of opposition presented her opinion that disclosure system for the sexual criminals should not be passed. However, our party believes it is a practical solution to this deep-rooted problem. We believe that disclosure system is right thing to do for the victim and her family. Another advantage of this bill is citizens have the right to know if their sex offender living in the neighborhood. It is because the right of innocent children and others' safety is more important than right of ex-convict. And also, crime of sexual nature can ruin the child's life. If we don't allow disclose the crime reports, we would have to live under the constant fear from the threat of sexual assault. Remember, safety of the general public should always come first. Thank you for listening, and please support your vote authority. Yes.
You said innocent children's rights is more important than ex-convicts' rights.
Yes.
However, then you said the ex-convict don't have rights to respect.
No. Can I talk? I didn't mean ex-convict is not like I will. Of course, ex-convict is important too, but I think children's safety is more important because they're young and they can have a lot of feeling when they will have sex offense. Another POI.
Any other POI? Thank you, Gio.
Thank you.
Okay, next person from the opposition team, please welcome girls to a podium.
If everyone avoids you and nobody wants to friend with you, then how would you feel? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gauss, and I'll be your deputy leader of opposition. First of all, I want to thank you for listening to my speech. The Prime Minister presented opinion that this closure system should be passed. But I would disagree with this. If everyone knows about their shameful past, who would want anything to do with them? The marriage will be only a dream, and their children would have no friends. Their anger and loneliness may lead them to make wrong choice again. They might go start networking with each other. This only makes our society insecure. Also, victims have terrible pain. But when we open personal record, criminals will have more terrible pain. Why don't we increase punishment? Increased punishment is better solution than open personal record. Of course, the criminals will have difficult time to spend in prison. But neighbor doesn't know criminals and they want to live friendly. This can be also preventing sexual crime. Not only that, the sexual criminals' families would suffer. People want to distance themselves away from sexual criminals because people were scared of them. However, sexual criminals is not their responsibility of the children. The sexual criminal personal record shouldn't be disclosed. Many people just looked at victims' aspect. But when you look at criminals' aspect, you can think we shouldn't disclose the personal record. Have you ever considered the pain of criminals? Open personal records makes criminals suffer. Their life and opportunity should be respected. We should make more happier. Thank you. Any POI?
POI. You say they might get networking each other, but I think Korean police can stop that arrangement.
Yeah, Korea police can stop them. But if criminals networking, then the crime will be getting increased.
children will have no friends, but they don't disclose their family's profile. So they don't damage by them, and their family didn't do anything wrong, so they can't damage.
Can you repeat?
One more time.
You said criminals' children will have no friends, but I think they don't disclose their family's profile, so they don't damage by them, and their family didn't do anything wrong.
But their children, students' families will tell them to be careful. Be careful that that father is sexual criminal. Then children always get distance from others. Any other P1?
P1.
Yes.
You say criminals get paid. However, they have to pay what they done. I think it is enough rules for them.
It's a fair rules.
Yeah.
Can you repeat?
Can we get
Okay. You say criminals get paid. However, I think they have to pay what they done.
pay for what they
Pay for what they done, and I think it is enough for them. Like,
It's fair.
yeah, it is fair.
Oh, but criminals are humans too. They have to respect human rights.
Okay. That's it.
Other P1?
Thank you. 웅재는 오늘 머리가 굉장히 예쁜 것 같아요. 네, 너무 시원하게 발표를 해서 피로가 달아나는 것 같습니다. 네, 마지막 최종 진술 시간이 됐고요. 네. From the government team, why do you look so worried? From the government team, please, Alice, come up to a podium and make your final statement. Everyone, please.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm employee of government Alice. Firstly, our team thanks the opponent side for giving their sincere suggestion. However, our team claims that our bill should be passed. Our team is sending today saying we should have disclosure system for sexual criminals. The other team claims that most ex-convicts on the list would have a hard time to getting a job, and this system could lead to networking among the sexual criminals. However, our team says this ex-convict can ruin the children's lives again. Also, Conside claims that this system is an invasion of human rights. However, I think this is not always true. But still, our opponent side says this is an invasion of human rights. However, according to Special Act on the Punishment of Sexual Crimes and Paragraph 1 of Article 33, it says, if we have enough evidence or prevention of repeat crime and protect our children, we can disclose the criminal's name, address, and face, and other things. According to statistics, 87.7% of people will agree with we should have disclosure system for the sexual criminals, and 12.3% of people will disagree with this topic. Ladies and gentlemen, the victims will never forget this pain. We should think about victims' permanent emotional care. If we do, we cannot disagree with disclosure system. Of course, criminal family is important too. However, our team thinks we cannot understand victim feeling. Think about it. Have you ever been victim? If we are not, we cannot understand victims' pain forever. Everyone, our team's claim is more better because we have evidence for our claim. Our team demands that we nominate versus civil opinion. Let us help victim families. If you're thinking about victims and their families, please give your vote to our team. Thank you.
You said criminals is hard to get jobs. But if criminals work hard, then criminals can get jobs.
because they're sexual offenders. So if they can true repentance, and of course, if they're working hard, they can get a job. But so they can have hard time, and it is just you have evidence for that. Like one name of sexual crimes get a job.
Okay, I think that'll do for the first question. Move on to the next one, please.
Yeah.
You said we have to think about victim scar. Of course, victims have big scar, but did you think about criminals' scar?
Criminals, I think criminals is attacker and victim, and criminals attack victim. So I think victim is more pain, have more pain. So yeah.
Any other people?
Any appeal?
Thank you.
Okay.
자, 마지막 오늘 최종 그 그레나이트 제스퍼 리그에서는 최종 스피커가 될 것 같습니다. 네. 뮤 지원 학생, Annabelle from the opposition team, please come to the podium.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your reply, Annabelle. Today, we're here to discuss a resolution so this cluster system of personal information should come into action, and I represent the opposing side. Dana, Gauss, and I, the three of our team believe that this cluster system is double punishment. Sex offenders live in the prison and finish his prison library. However, they have to discuss their personal records. According to content of Article 13 of the Korea Constitution, it's violation of Constitution. Second, process to search information is too complicated. We have to confirm myself to search sex offenders' personal records. And we have to download many things. According to Idali News, user says parents have to check it, but it's too hard for parents. It's too particular. Lastly, criminals can't have social life very well. People always wanted to far away from them. This work is repeated, then the criminals will be lonely. Opposing side says people have to know their face and have to avoid the criminal. However, I believe it's not definite because criminals can get one face done or disguised to make people confused. Therefore, I believe our team deserves to win the debate. Thank you.
You say criminals can have social life, but it is their punishment.
So not having a social life is part of their punishment as well?
Can you say one more time?
You say criminals can have social life. Okay. You said criminals can't have social life, yes? But it is their one of punishment.
But they're criminals is people. So I think people have to get their own life. So I think it's not better.
Everyone deserves a second chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any people why? Thank you.